I think I kind of regret this haircut now. Anyways, it's May 8th, 2015, which marks 7 months on T. The time is flying. I still can't believe it. And I still have this haircut that I'm gonna have to be hiding under a hat for the next 2 months. Or I could just go to the barber and buzz it all off and start over. But I'm not gonna do that. No. Not much has happened this month in terms of changes. It's starting to have those what FTMs would like to call plateaus. It's just increased facial hair and my throat getting even more sore and just increased hairiness all over my body. I did notice a little increase in muscle, but that was mostly me just leaning out because I'm starting to do cardio. I want to cut first before I start bulking. And until I get a job, personal training once a month is kind of out of the question. I mean, there's this guy that was offering me to write me a program so I know what to do every day. I have like a well-structured thing so I can start like lifting, squats, deadlifts, bench presses, and all those things, and maybe some calisthenics. So yeah, that should be fun if once I get a job. I've been looking at some places, and supposedly my friend works at Chipotle. He's been trying to refer me to some places, so hopefully that works out. And I've been trying to look into like mixed martial arts, like Muay Thai fighting, since I'm a skinny kind of guy, but I'm good with like cardio, exercise, endurance training rather than weight, like, bodybuilding and stuff. So for a skinny guy, I have more endurance to make up for the lack of muscle. So, yeah. I've been waiting for weeks to make this video because I have a huge update now. So about 2.5 weeks ago, my uncle arranged for a meeting between the family one day, like a couple of weeks back, and that was like April 26th. So we got together, we sat down. It was mostly about me and my transition in the future. My future isn't very clear right now. I definitely want to study, but I'm not sure what for a master's degree. But the truth is, I do know what I want, I just don't want to tell them, because, like, part of what I want to do is make YouTube videos and hopefully make some money out of that. And I don't just mean comedy sketches, it's like vlogging. It's basically something like David So Comedy or maybe Joey Graceffa, Sky Williams, that kind of thing. I watch a lot of funny YouTubers, and they're like my inspiration or something to do like that. I've also been thinking about doing League of Legends streaming that also, and hopefully something pans out in terms of money. I mean, I have a lot of good ideas. It's just I need the equipment and the time to do it and not worry about financial stuff, like the worries of an adult. And those were some things that have been going. Obviously, I can't really go for a textbook kind of career like, oh, I want to be a doctor, oh, I want to be an artist, I want to be this. I want to be a lot of different things, and the things that I want to do just don't guarantee a steady cash flow, I guess is the right term I can say for that. And anyways, that was one of the things. It was mostly about my transition. How did I come to feel this? They never noticed anything. Of course not. They're like, always just thought you were a tomboy and a lesbian. I thought you were just on the other side. But I guess the biggest problem with parents is like they just assumed. And since I didn't have much knowledge back then, transgender wasn't even a word in the house. And she's like, are you lesbian? And I did like girls. So it was like, yeah, sure. I guess that must be it. And after a while, I was like, just liking girls wasn't enough. It's like I had to change my appearance. I remember there was this one incident in 11th grade back in 2009. I went to school in my brother's clothes, high school, without a bra. I just wore like his undershirt and like a shirt on top, unbuttoned, and I just went out just trying to make myself look like Antonio Banderas, I guess. So I don't know what overcame me to do that. I mean, now I understand why I did that, but before it was like some impulse. And I remember wearing my dad's clothes and taking selfies with it, like with his old camera, and just uploading it and erasing the evidence of that. But yeah, there was like a lot of instances where I just felt impulses that I couldn't explain, but I just did it anyway. I just started dressing like that out of nowhere. It's like when no one's in the house, I start doing that. I mean, my mom called me once and started chastising me, but I still did it anyway. I just wore what she wanted me to wear. And then as soon as I got to the basement, I started changing and I went on my merry way and took off my earrings. Because my parents were like this fashion police. So we talked about that. We also talked about what's the next steps, which was obviously top surgery. After top surgery, I wouldn't really worry about it anymore, aside from blood work and just getting my prescriptions whenever I start running out. Because I'm not interested in bottom surgery, not at all. So top surgery for me is like the next and final step for me. And turns out, like, remember when I told you last time I thought I had $3,500 in the bank account originally for a European tour? Turns out I have 5,000 actually. And I started remembering that. I was like, oh, and I don't really have like a lot of breast tissue, so I would possibly suspect with like another 2,000 more and I'll be on my merry way. Now, the only problem is I gotta set up consultations and I gotta find a way to take clear pictures of my body, and I'm a little hesitant to ask my parents, hey, listen, could you take a pictures of my chest? I don't know, it seems like something awkward to ask somebody. I mean, I still have like the same people in mind, although I'm starting to lean toward Dr. Medali in Cleveland, Ohio. I mean, my friend from our FTM collab channel offered to let me stay at his place to recover because he lives like a couple hours away from it. Like, he lives close by. So I was like, oh, okay, that I would save some money in room and board, and we could totally chill. I don't know where I'm gonna get the next $2,000 for that, because I'm assuming it's not gonna be more than 7,000. I suppose it won't be that much more. So there's that. I don't want to open a fundraising campaign because those rarely work out unless you're inherently popular on social media, which I'm not. And I don't know, asking help from people isn't something I'm used to doing at all. So that's something I need to work on. So either I get a job and start saving some money or something. But my uncle said, don't worry about money, you'll definitely get it sometime next year. I'm hoping maybe February or something I'll get something done, because they tend to book these like 4 or 5 months in advance, and I want to be prepared for everything and make sure my parents have some time off, because I suspect they're not going to let me go alone. So yeah, that's the whole deal with top surgery, and I can't believe I'll be getting it sooner than I ever expected. I was somewhat expecting it to get it like in 2 years or something. But no, all this did happen, and my parents were like making all this conversations of things that was expected of me, and also transition. And now I don't hear my birth name anymore. They started referring to me as Sonny Boy, Hey Buddy, and all those things. And now that my family now calls me Alex instead of Andrea. So that's cool. That's cool. And the reason they call me that is because it's my middle name, Alexander, and I got so used to them associating me with my middle name because me and my mom had the same name before, so they had to call me by my middle name, and I got used to that. And I figured it would be easier for them to transition to Alex, since my middle names were both started with the letter A instead of going from Andrea to Damien. So that works out kind of fine, so I don't care if they call me that, so as long as I don't hear my old stuff. And they start referring me as with the masculine versions of many Spanish words and all that, like hijo, hijo, mi querido, mi rey, and all that stuff. So that was nice. It was a huge change, and this was like big news that I wanted to share with people. I wrote about it on my Tumblr in more detail if you want to read that up, but in essence, that's what that conversation did. It's like they sent just that one family intervention kind of meeting, and everything just got suddenly supported. A little too supportive for my liking. I just sat there like, who are you and what have you done with my family? It was like they just did a complete 360 change. It was like, what happened here? So that's my family and what happened in a nutshell. So I'm guessing smoother sailing until then. I mean, my life would be perfect if I had a stable paying job right now. That's the only thing that's like on my mind. Money. Money, money, money. Because this is the time where I'll be spending a crap ton of money. Because one, I have to pay for blood work. That's coming up at the end of this month, and that's going to be $337. Oh, my God. Just for that. And I have to get it done every 3 months. I don't have a job, so that's on my mind currently. And then there's my birthday, and I'm going to be spending it again on my family because most of the family's birthdays are in June, so it's like all this spending and all this money I'm getting, and I'm just spending it anyway. It's just give me a break. It's all this transition is quite expensive, so especially out of pocket. So it's like, oh my God, so much stuff I gotta buy, and I still don't even have a complete wardrobe. I still don't have like a lot of stuff to wear, like business casual. I don't even have any decent shoes to wear right now, and I'll be expected to go to court soon because I accidentally went to the court late last time and I was marked as absent. Please don't find me. Anyways, that's a lot that's happened. I do have hopes for the future. I've been trying to get that whole YouTube thing going, especially with League of Legends. There's a lot of money to be made there, and people tend to get famous really quickly, because I remember there was this channel that just started like the end of December of last year, and he's getting pretty famous. He has almost 1 million views off that shit. But you have to do original stuff, and I'm trying to think of some ways to like make my mark in that game and start picking a role and start streaming. I mean, I have the computers with the capabilities to do so. I just need a better microphone and possibly a better camera, like something like Markiplier I always wanted to do. It's like, hello everybody, my name is Markiplier, and welcome to Five Nights at Freddy's. Or something like that. So that's all I really have to say for this video. It's kind of short, not a lot has happened since 6 months on T. It was mostly my family and maybe some emotional changes, and not much physical, but I hope it picks up soon. Oh, I almost forgot. Remember guys that I told you I was at a woman's gym? Just this past Monday, we switched over because ever since this whole meeting happened, they started to care if I was starting to get a little harassed in the women's gym, which did start happening. I remember once I started going downstairs through the locker room. I was already dressed. I don't feel comfortable dressing in the locker room of the girls. And this girl was like, yo, no boys allowed. And I was just like, who you calling a boy? And I might or might have not have freaked her out when I said that. So yeah, as an early birthday present, my dad offered to pay a $100 registration fee at New York Sports Club, and my mom's gonna front that $20 a month thing. Of course, I get no towel service or anything of the sort, but it's good. I mean, I went there for just 3 times, and I still have a fitness orientation next week. And it's really good. It's like there's so much space, there's so much equipment. They even have equipment I've never seen before. They even have barbells. It's like, oh my God, these places are amazing. And with bodybuilding.com, I'll be on my way to maybe making some muscle. And of course, I gotta revise my diet and eat less simple carbs and any more complex carbs, and basically eat a better breakfast, a balanced one, and eat less throughout the day, because it turns out that your breakfast should be the biggest meal of the day, and your meal should start getting smaller. Like your dinner should be something like a type of white meat with some carbs in there, like some rice, and maybe some type of vegetable like broccoli or asparagus or something. So that's something I've been telling my mom, and she's like, well, I do need to lose some weight. And I did tell her that losing weight is like 2/3 diet and 1/3 exercise. She's like, okay, well, since you're learning so much, we could start doing this, because she doesn't want to lose some weight. She's not exactly fat or anything. Like, people in my family tend to lean toward the chubby side, so I'm trying to prevent that now. I mean, my brother used to be fit, but since he started his job, he started drinking more, and drinking leads to gaining fat pretty quickly, so I want to try to avoid that. Anyways, that's all I have to say for this video. I hope you guys are doing well. I also invite you guys to add me on Facebook. I mean, a couple of people have been doing that, and I don't mind, really. I'm a pretty friendly person, and also if you want me to talk to me about anything about transition or anything else, you're free to add me or just like email me or anything. So I'm here to help, really. I really don't want to help everyone, because I kind of acknowledge my privilege of having a really accepting family despite where we come from in South America, and also having starting off with more money to possibly get top surgery. I mean, I get my privilege and that I'm lucky enough to be transitioning despite not having a job and everything, and using my life savings to possibly upfront the cost of transition and possibly top surgery sometime early next year. So I do want to help you guys out, and I really feel for you guys that need to really save paycheck to paycheck to even get the money to get these things. So I do acknowledge that. So anyways, that's all I have to say this week. So I'll see you guys in maybe next month. I'm trying to make more videos. I mean, I do have like a couple tutorials that I've been thinking about, like how to make your own fleshlight. There's actually a way to do that with really simple materials, and I'm trying to get like some condoms because you do need that for that thing, and show you how to make one, because those flashlights or the bro sleeve generally doesn't help us unless you're like really suctioning it and going like this and all this non-safe for work stuff. So my friend taught me this, and I want to show this to everybody because not a lot of people know how to do this. So yeah, that's something to look forward to, and I'll be making my rap comparisons again. I'm gonna do the same songs I did for pre-T. I kind of missed the 6-month on 1T1, so I'm sorry for that. But I'll be doing that soon, like maybe in a week or two. So yeah, see ya.